A husband and a wife were living very happily with each other. They were growing old. The husband became concerned about the wife's hearing problem. He approached the doctor and said, "Looks like my wife is unable to hear properly. I want to create a nice hearing aid for her. Can you recommend one?" The ENT specialist doctor said, "Well, you have to first judge how bad is your wife's hearing. So you stand at 40 feet from her and have a conversation. If she's unable to hear, come to 30 feet. If she's unable to hear, come to 20 feet. Come to 10 feet. Based on that, we will know how bad the situation is." So husband went home and from a 40 feet distance asked the wife, "What is there for dinner?" And she continued washing the dishes. He came to 30 feet, again shouted at the top of his lungs, "What is there for dinner?" Still she continued working. No response. He came to 20 feet, again shouted, "What is there for dinner?" No response. He came to 10 feet, no response. And then he stood right next to her and said, "I've been asking you repeatedly 4 times what is there for dinner. Looks like your hearing is really bad." She turned with amazement at her husband and said, "4 times I've shouted at the top of my lungs, pizza and pasta. You could not hear?" Many times we have a problem. We superimpose our problem on others. And it appears to us that the others are having this problem because we are looking at the world with the mirror and the spectacles of our own consciousness. And therefore it is important for us to purify our consciousness and become free from the influence of this false ego. Madhu klibam cha madhvike krite karma shubhashubhe bhaktanam karmanam chaiva sudanam madhusudana. The Shastras describe false ego to be like honey, which is sweet and intoxicating. And Madhusudana means one who destroys and kills, the demon Madhu, which also means honey, which also means the false ego, which has the characteristics of honey. It is sweet and it is intoxicating. Therefore, let us try to first reform ourselves before we try to reform others.